We back at it again.
For the culture.
I'm a big fan of culture.
We're really high.
For the culture. My God.
Shout out to Culture.
For the Culture podcast.
Type.
Appreciate you for having me, man.
It's a pleasure to be here.
And welcome back to For the Culture podcast. We are here with our special guest, Mr. Corey Jackson, CEO and owner of Scrubcan, as well as many other things. And so, man, we appreciate you coming on today. How we doing today, Mr. Jackson?
Man, of course. I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely.
Number one. First, I'm proud of you. I
Yes,
love
sir.
what you're doing with the culture and all that. So, a bunch of other things, which I'm pretty sure we'll get into.
Yes, sir.
But, thanks for having me.
Oh,
I'm
man.
glad to be here.
I appreciate you, man. I know how busy you are, and for all those listening, it took about 6 months to lock them in. And so this brother is
you got me
super
early.
busy.
You got me early.
Yes, sir. So, man, we gonna get into it, man. Man, so Corey, first thing we like to start off with is talking about if you were born and raised in Fresno, what zip code you represent and repping, and if not, where you come from, and tell us a little bit about who you are.
Yeah, definitely. And for the record, I didn't get preloaded with questions, so these off the rip. As
Right,
one would
that's
say.
true.
So, and I'm always asking like why. So I'll be like, well, what's it matter where I came from? But for the record, I know that's what you do. So don't let me, I always ask questions and overthink and not just the status quo. Don't tell me nothing unless you can tell me why. But
Right.
to get back to what you're saying, I was born in Los Angeles. South Central Los Angeles, Killer King Hospital.
Okay.
Yeah, watch out. Yeah, but I moved to Fresno when I was about 5. I moved to Fresno with my dad.
Okay.
And we lived out in the country, way out in the country. I went to like Monroe Elementary.
Yes,
That's out
sir.
between like Carruthers and Selma and
Oh,
Washington
man, you
and Fowler.
deep in the country.
Yeah, I was a country boy.
Yes, sir.
Right? And lived there until I was probably about junior in high school, and then I
Okay.
wound up coming to Bullard High School. But I went to a bunch of different. I went to Selma High my freshman year,
Okay.
Reedley High my sophomore year, and I went to Bullard my junior and senior year. I played sports and loved
Matter of
it.
fact, a football star.
I mean-
with a record.
Yeah,
You know how
a few
to
records.
run.
Yeah, a few records. You know
Yes,
what I mean? As
sir.
a matter of fact, while we on that, I want to just give a shout out to Trevon Jones and let him know.
Oh, we gotta
that
give a
who-
shout out to Trey.
who was the all-time rusher at Bullard High School.
Okay.
And kind of led the whole decade, player of the decade. That's a shot.
Oh, wow.
A shot, not a shout out to
Yes,
Trevon
sir.
Jones. Player of the
We
decade.
making that clear,
Yeah,
Trey.
let it be known.
Yes, sir.
Put some respect on my name. Huh?
Right.
Yeah. But I love sports. And from there, I went off to play football at Fresno City College. After that, I was pretty much done.
Okay.
I became a correctional officer at the age of 21 in Nevada, though.
Okay.
In Nevada at High Desert State Prison. And that's kind of gist of it before I got here. But I don't want to jump in front of your question. So
No, man. We want you to share with
yeah,
us.
well, I did 3.5 years at the prison in Nevada. The whole time it was a great job, making great money, but it wasn't my calling. Deep down, I was an entrepreneur.
Yes, sir.
Ever since I was a kid, I always had these ideas, but I said, I'm gonna invent the first wash machine that just you don't need a washer and dryer. Everything is in one.
Right.
And then all my ideas came from, I would call it a little laziness. I think the laziest people got the best ideas.
No,
right?
you're right. You're
Yeah.
right.
But then it's kind of a gift and a curse because you're lazy, got the idea, but you got to get up and actually do it to
Yes, sir.
convert it into something.
Yes, sir.
Because I always used to leave my clothes, you have to do your laundry, and then I procrastinate. And it's late at night. It's like, man, I got to wash them clothes, and I need some in the morning. And you put it in the washer about 11 o'clock at night, and you're trying to stay up to dry them.
Oh,
And you're
yeah.
like, to wait to put them in the dryer. It's like, man, if they only had something to do it. I just set it in, I can go to bed, and I wake up and it's dry and folded. And
Yes, sir.
that was one idea, but I had millions of ideas. And, so I was at the prison, and I was like, man, I'm 21, 22, 23, man. If I fail in life, I can come back and do this. It's too easy. My calling was creating something, having my own.
Yes, sir.
Creating jobs and giving people opportunities.
Yes, sir.
I moved back to Fresno. Didn't really know what I wanted to do at that point, but I got back into coaching with a good friend,
Okay.
coach of mine, Donnie Arack. Shout out to Donnie Arack.
Oh, man.
coached
Shout
me in
out
high
Coach
school.
A-Rax.
Yeah.
A legend out here.
Yeah. And did that, and then I had these ideas brewing, and had the idea of cleaning garbage cans, and that was kind of from there. That was the light bulb, and
Now, how did that?
spark.
I mean, how did that hit you? You know, I know most people that's listening right now. You know, cleaning trash cans. Like, what
Yeah,
was special about that?
Man, you know what? I've had a million ideas, and who would have thought the
Right.
garbage can one would stick, right?
Right.
And a lot of stuff stuck after that, but this one it was something different, so
Yes,
different that it stood out. I was like, I got to pursue this more, and I got a lot of help along the way. It just came with the idea. Filthy garbage cans, you've seen a need. Like I said, this something's got to be a better way. And I started in, I think 2012, and the idea came, and it was a big drought in Fresno around that time.
Right.
And it was like you were frowned upon from your neighbors in the city if you'd even water your grass. So you had to let the grass turn brown.
That's true.
I think they incorporate all these watering days or something around that time.
That's true.
And I said, I got to do something about this. I'm going to clean the water. I'm going to clean the garbage cans, but I'm not going to do it with drinking water.
Right.
Because why would we clean garbage cans with our drinking water? So
No.
City of Fresno had a program where they used to reclaim purple water, recycled water.
That's right.
So I kind of did some homework. I got in that program, and then, one thing led to another, and I started just cleaning garbage cans first, door to door. Then I got a truck.
Yes, sir.
Good friend and mentor of mine, Philip Brandt. Shout out to Phil Brandt from Professional Couriers or Brandt Brothers.
Yes, sir.
He believed in my idea, and he said, so what idea you got? And I'm giving you a long story short. I ain't gonna talk your head off. Let's get to your
No, that's what we here for.
But,
Man, we all trying to get to know the
yeah.
Corey
Oh man,
Jackson.
I ain't give you too much.
Right.
Some gotta
we
be.
might still
You
know
gotta
some
work.
of those
Yeah,
ideas.
you gotta work for something.
That's right.
He just said, I love the idea. Hey, I got a trucking company. He does all the deliveries for all the newspapers for the Fresno Bee, the LA Times, Sacramento Bee. So
You're
he's
talking
big.
about
Semis, yeah. He does all right off the press.
Yes, sir.
Right. And he said, man, I got this truck that's fading out due to compliance.
Right.
But because I got a big fleet, he said, but I have this one. You can have it, to get off the ground. And then just gave me a truck.
That's
and then
a
he
blessing,
said,
man.
Yeah. And he said, kind of what else you need? I said, well, I kind of need a pressure washer. And he went and bought me a brand new pressure washer. And then he's like, man.
And attached it to the truck.
And attach it to the truck. And you see the first truck. I don't know if you'll be rolling clips through here or you go to the website, you can see the old truck.
Yes,
which
sir.
we call Big Bertha, which she's since retired. We've downsized. But,
Okay.
but
she's still around.
She's still around, but, we make do with what we got.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to work it out. So I had this truck, and huge truck. If you remember the beginning days, I had a huge 22-foot box truck rolling through the neighborhoods, right? Big diesel. But I had the idea of not doing the traditional with the arm lift and grab the can and lift. I had the idea of just you let a platform down and you flip the cans on top because the goal was to go down each street,
Yes, sir.
and do every can. So I needed more time. So I said, well, manually flip the cans on the thing. That'll give me more time as opposed to using an automated arm to lift up, which you see all the people that come after me in their designs. But that was the first one. Phil Brandt kind of was the fuel for the fire.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So that shout out to Phil Brandt. And
Man, it sounds like Phil Brandt was also a fabricator.
no, actually, Phil.
He just helped you with the design.
Yeah, Phil's just well, I had the design. Phil just
Okay.
helped me with my idea. He helped me bring my idea to life.
Yes, sir.
Right? It's like,
Yes,
what do you
sir.
need? Well, I got this. And he knows a lot of people, right?
Right.
He's helped a lot of people say, well, go to this guy, try this, da-da-da. And I got some room in my shop. Just let this be your office for now. And kind of just kind of helped me along the way and gave me advice. And he wouldn't let me fail.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And I took it from myself to now over 75 to 80 employees today, and this started in 2015.
Wow.
So that was just in garbage cans. And I'm gonna it's the shout out show. I'm gonna shout out Bobby, who's now president of my company.
Yes, sir.
And the internal of the company, we there's a joke because now we don't just do garbage cans. We started with garbage cans, but that's my baby.
Yes, sir.
That's probably 6% of our revenue now.
Okay.
All I talk about is garbage cans, and they find it funny, but they call me crazy. But that's the
what
baby.
started it.
That's what got us here. And like I always say, well, I think we can do better. I don't look at it just 6%, right? Let's slowly bump it up and increase it. So
Yes, sir.
everyone out there, go subscribe to, get your garbage cans cleaned. Just
That's
go to
right.
Scrubcan.com, sign up for your cans, and let's bump that
Absolutely.
percentage of revenue up so I can take it back to my team and laugh at them.
You know, you hit on something, Corey, early on. You talk about the wash machine and having a 2-in-1.
Yeah.
And just being able to create something that's for those that, you know, just don't have the time. You know, just don't have the time that, you know, you're so tired and you become lazy after a long day of work and thinking hard that you just don't have the time. So, you know, it's like, man, God definitely put things on your mind that led to this. Because you know what? Shoot, my trash can's dirty right now. I don't even have time to clean. So, what was that address again? I need to go and sign up on.
You just go to scrubcan.com. And matter of fact, we just launched a thing called the Scrub Club.
Okay.
So when you sign up for a quarterly service, you automatically enter the Scrub Club, and it's like a membership exclusive.
Right.
You have to be on in the club, and you get percentages off your other service, because we also do solar panel cleaning. Gutter cleaning, pressure washing around the house, window washing, all types of cleaning services for your home, and commercial janitorial. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's I mean, a lot of people didn't know we do it, but we do it. But when you become a member of the Scrub Club by signing up for your quarterly service, you get discounts on all those services.
I know most people that's listening is probably asking right now as we talking. So give a quick breakdown. You know, if I sign up for the Scrubcan, you know, what that look like in price, and then how much I'm saving if I sign up. I got solar panels.
Yeah.
And I definitely need those rain gutters cleaned, you know, at minimum once a year. And my windows, I need those cleaned at least 3 times a year.
Yeah, and it depends on how clean you are.
Right.
You know, I like the people that want to get cleaned every week.
Yeah.
You know,
okay.
So
there's a deal for that.
Yeah. Well, look, you can call us at any time. Once you sign up, you're part of the family.
Okay.
So hey, I got this. I got a party coming up. Oh, I just had an event last night. I got a bunch of farmer buddies and clients that, hey, I just went duck hunting or something, fishing, and they gutted the animals, and the cans are funky, and they living by new construction, and the solar panels are always dirty. So once they're a customer, they just call, hey, can you schedule a service? We'll come out, clean your solar panels. Whatever you're dealing with, you just think of us as a added value to your home. So it's the basis quarterly service, and that's $39.95. That cleans all 3 of your cans. So each time we come out, it's $39.95, and we'll come out every 3 months. So you sign up, and I think now we have something which, when you go to the site, I don't know if it's up yet, but the first cleaning is free if you haven't signed up. And then we got someone, you refer a neighbor or friend, you get a free cleaning as well. And then think of the Netflix subscription where you just sign up, you set it and forget it. And you can cancel at any time. There's never been one that trap you.
Right.
It started off with the need to make some money, but then now that we're doing all right, you kind of just want to provide the service. And show people the difference between having clean cans and just the norm of they don't have to stink. You don't have to have flies. You don't have to have filth, right? You can, and with recycled water, and we capture the water, and we're not using drinking water to clean your cans. So,
man, I would imagine dirty cans probably contribute to air quality. You know, some form of pollution and so forth.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I mean, this is a needed service. It sounds like a required service if we want to be a contributor to, you know, our well-being.
I mean, shout out to all our city officials, city council, or supervisor, whoever it is.
Yes, sir.
I think this should be an added service to your city bill, right?
I agree.
You're getting billed for your water and your trash. When you feel a little bit happier if you were getting them cleaned every so often. So
I agree.
Whoever we need to talk to, reach out.
So we need to get a petition started.
Oh,
I mean, we already getting charged.
Is that how that works?
That's how it works. I mean, you know, the electeds just need to know if the people got to talk. We're the voters, right? So the electeds just need to know is what Mr. Jackson's saying is what y'all need, and if that's a fact, then maybe we do need to take a few cents out of that utility bill, that garbage bill, and contribute to that.
Hey, you put it together.
You know, because I imagine the city tired of, you know, they got to get these trash cans, storage fees of holding the trash cans. Then you got to replace them. You know, we got trash cans.
Yeah.
You know, the city's missing.
And look, the city's always got a lot going on with budgeting and, you know, and the constituents and
But it's about the quality of life.
Yes.
You know what I'm
and
saying?
we can
Longevity to those trash cans
Exactly.
by keeping them clean.
Exactly.
Right.
And then the quality of life, the happiness of the neighbors, and the and the
100%.
smell and the environment. So
100%.
there's something there. We really need. I need
You
to
know,
look into putting that together.
I'm glad we talking about it. You know, we hope
Yeah.
that this reach some of them, because I would imagine that, you know, they also got dirty trash
Oh, yeah.
cans
Oh,
as
yeah.
busy as they are in serving others.
And it's like, you know, the feeling you get when you, and maybe it's just me, but I hear it from my clients. And
Right.
I don't even call them clients. I call them partners.
Yes, sir.
Right. We partner in this thing of life.
100%.
I'm just providing a service. It's like, you know, you get that feeling, you get a package, you buy something, you're
Right.
waiting for, did it get delivered? And that excitement you get.
Right.
So it's like, oh, the cans are getting clean today, and you come home, and the cans are clean, they're smelling good. It's that feeling,
Yes.
which I enjoy.
Yes. And you know what, Corey, you even think about it now, as you are fully aware, you know, city of Fresno pushing density, right?
Mhm.
And so then you see all these new houses getting built. You know, it used to be at least 10 feet, you know.
I grew up in the country, remember? Yeah,
that's
I'm
what-
used to, I had to go miles to go get on a bike and
Exactly.
travel to go to a buddy's house down the street.
But
Yeah.
but the city now requires us to what? We gotta put the trash cans up. So if they out in the front,
Yeah.
you get fined.
Oh, so
right?
that's citywide now? I know
that's-
some
that's
HOAs.
it. You get
had that.
fined by code enforcement.
Oh,
if your trash cans is not put behind a fence or
Fence.
enclosed area, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
So, but why do people keep their trash cans out? Because they dirty and smelly. And then with most houses, you only get 5 feet.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? 5 feet from that side of your house. So, man, Corey, imagine your trash can is dirty and you got to walk next to them.
And some people don't even have that little space, so they got to keep them in the garage. Some
Another
of my
issue.
partners or clients would say, "Hey, I need it because it keeps the rodents down,
Right.
keep the maggots. Those maggots coming.
Right.
Let the weather heat up,
Right.
and everyone go open that can and see
That's
flies,
true.
maggots, whatever.
That's
It's
true.
coming. You know.
You know what, man? I'm going to shoot you a jewel.
Okay.
I'm going to kick myself in the butt later.
Hey, go ahead,
I'm going to be
man.
like, man, you know, I should have worked something out with Mr. Jackson.
Yeah,
you know,
hey, talk to me. I'll talk
I could have
back. Let me
possibly
hear.
became his neighbor off
Yeah.
this idea. But
Hey, wait.
but-
You cultured out. I mean, come on now.
But what we about to talk about is
Okay.
part of the culture,
Go-
right?
yeah, exactly.
So
You're right.
the culture right now in the state of California is water conservation, right?
Talk
And
to
then
me.
you spoke about, hey, you using recyclable water.
Think about it with that
Right.
program. Yeah.
So people that may have the time or bandwidth to clean their own trash can, what kind of water they using?
They're using your drinking water, right?
Right.
And typically, how do you clean a trash can? When I used to clean a trash can, I see neighbors, they'll just fill the trash
That's it.
can up. They're 96-gallon cans, probably
Right.
halfway or to the top.
Yeah.
Dump some
Pine
dishwash
Sol or
liquid,
something.
pine saw, whatever, with a broom, scrub it and kick it over in the grass or wherever down the drain,
Right.
and then they rinse and let it just dry.
That's
They're
true.
using, they say, 50 gallons of water.
Right.
The machine, that design, can clean all 3 cans in less than 4 gallons of water, of recycled, reclaimed water that the
Wow.
city.
You said less than 4 gallons.
Yeah.
Man.
The purple pipe water, to be exact. You
That's
guys
a-
see the purple pipes
Right.
around the city. That's reclaimed water from
That's
the city.
less than a Culligan bottle of water to a business. That's
and
5
it's
gallons.
reclaimed, and it's not drinking water.
Right.
So there you go. Is that the gem you threw me?
Yeah, now that's part of it.
Okay.
Right. So, you know, we're only going and the water tables continue to go low, right? And we're starting to see our farming community, you know, dissipate little by little. We're starting to see, you know, homes taking over farmland, retail centers taking over farmland. So, you know, we're kind of losing what we're known for in the valley and producing 40% of the food.
Yeah.
You know, that the farmers are out there doing 40% of the food source in the world
Comes here.
right out of the Central Valley.
And we wasting water on some garbage cans.
That's what I'm saying.
or pressure wash,
So,
or, you know,
We need to get
size
some
of cans.
analytics because more water can go towards that and helping the farmers to stay alive,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Or
You
let
know,
them, yeah.
You know, because that's
spot on.
really what keeps Fresno on the map,
Exactly.
amongst other things, but we're known for agriculture.
Exactly. And imagine, you ask me, you live in the city of Fresno or Clovis or
Right.
county, however. Hey, you sometimes get a bill. Hey, the bill's going up because the city's got to pay bills. You understand it? You know, I don't think they raised rates in forever, and they just kind of raised some recently.
No, true.
It's been 20 years before or something.
Right, right.
But
That's
imagine
correct.
going up and you saying, hey, but not only are we going up, we're going to add a provided cleaning you can service.
Correct.
It's going to help the water.
Correct.
It's going to help with pollution. It's going
Correct.
to help with just pride of ownership. Or you
That's
can,
true.
so you're more likely to take care of them.
That's true.
You know, you ain't kicking
That's
them
true.
over. So
That's true. Quality of life.
yeah. See, I'm
Right.
sitting here putting it together right here.
Right
I'm like,
now.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what this is all about, man.
Man,
you
well,
know,
you-
who
well-
would have known having this conversation was going to lead to this?
I should have waited this long to get on here. I
Right.
should have been on season 1 talking about it. You know? Yeah.
But no, I think that's the play. And I think people would, of course, you know, climb on board with you on that because, you know, I mean, think about it. If you go to the city,
Mm-hmm.
right? LA, Oakland, San Francisco, man, fruits, woo, expensive. So we're very fortunate
Yeah.
to be in a county that's producing the amount of agriculture, you know, poultry, fruits, vegetables, and so forth. You know, so we able to continue to have a quality of life based on the cost of living.
Yeah.
But if that goes away, as water tables go down, and you said, what, about 40 gallons? People,
They're 96-gallon trash
Right.
cans.
So
You
half
fill in
of
half
that-
of that. Yeah. You
oh,
do the math of that.
man, that's a
Just to
lot of
keep-
water
yeah.
being wasted. That could have went to what?
And you never really clean them. You just kind of making them look good because
That's
it's
it.
cold water and you got some chemicals
That's
that's
it.
not dwelling on there long
Right.
enough to really do what it's designed to do.
Right.
So
That's
it's
it.
just kind of for optics in a sense. We
True.
use hot water, right? The steam
Right.
pressure. So that kills it. And the pressure we use in the nozzle head actually gets it off better than you would scraping with a broom or a brush,
100%.
a deck brush you got. So
100%.
we'll be actually cleaning.
And you probably eliminate a lot of germs.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That leads to, you know,
Yeah.
children getting colds, you know, flus and so forth.
You telling
right?
it. You telling it.
And so, you know, I mean, trash is trash. And, you know, we have
Now we got that compost bins coming out, which is great.
Right.
What we're doing, but you know, every now and then you might want to control some of that smell.
That's
You
true.
know, so
That's
you know,
true.
give us
That's
a call,
true.
and you know, maybe we'll put together a culture discount code.
Oh,
You know,
I like
mention
that.
Culture,
I like that.
sometimes, You know,
I like that. Culture Fresno.
Culture Fresno, mention that, and you know,
Right. You get a discount.
get a discount
on
You
the
know,
first run.
on the first run.
Now, how does this work when it comes to, you know, the yards and the half yard trash can that you see in an apartment complex? So
See,
forth?
we
You
work
got a
with
lot of residents. They don't put stuff in bags. They just throw.
I'm one of them.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. We work with a lot of property management
Okay.
companies, shopping centers,
Okay.
developers, and
Right.
our system also have a hose that we can clean it out, spray it, and then suction the water out, reclaim the water that way. So we don't have to tip those big cans over
Okay.
and do it. So there's processes for all that. And then it's someone that's, you know, you want us to do it because we've been doing it for so long, and we
Correct.
actually have the equipment as far as the
Right.
amount of pressure, the heat,
Right.
the pressure washer,
Trained
and then the
staff.
wherewithal, to suck it up and take it. And we're using recycled water,
100%.
right? So
100%.
that's added value. You make you feel a little better about the service you're getting because we're not using your drinking water.
Right.
You know, that alone should be a game changer.
Oh,
Because it's all
man.
about sustainability. Whatever we're doing, whether we're growing fruit,
Yes, sir.
growing crickets, or
Right.
whatever you want
Right.
to sustain, whatever we're
That's
doing.
what it's
So,
all about.
mhm.
I think we have an argument, a good argument at that. You
Yeah, I
know,
need to
as
push.
John Lewis said, you know, create good trouble. I think we could create some good trouble.
Yeah, we
about
might be
this.
onto something with that. And
Yeah.
then that was the can. So just for my team, they don't think I'm crazy. We also do
Okay.
commercial janitorial like we currently do. Shout out to Mayor Dyer and his
Yes, sir.
Beautify.
Yes, sir.
Emphasis on clean Fresno.
Right.
Clean. And I
Right.
don't know if you guys noticed, but the city's been a lot cleaner. He's put
100%.
emphasis on
Right.
clean this stuff up. Do what you can do when you can do it. So
I mean, we losing people to our neighboring cities like Clovis, who actually was recently ranked, you know, in the top 10 as far as safest cities. I want to say they got ranked third, sixth.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that, but
I don't know.
definitely in the top 10, which is a good thing.
And they got garbage
But-
cans too.
right.
So, they part of us too.
That's right.
You know what I
That's
mean?
right. That's right.
But
That's
it's
right.
still Clovis is ours,
Right.
and that's good
Right.
for that. But We all
But I'm glad
strive
we
to get
learned
better.
something from closing.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree with you. You know, shout out to Mayor Dyer. You know, I believe the mayor was chief at the time when the city got the All American City Award from the president. You know,
You
that was
sharp. Yeah,
some
you on
years
top
ago.
of that.
So
I
yeah,
couldn't tell you.
so you know the you know, he definitely knows that what it takes to, you know, gain that again. And you know, man, we do need to beautify.
And it's happening. We do a lot of work,
Right.
initiatives
You on the
with the city.
freeways, matter
You
of
see our
fact. Man,
guys
talk
on,
about
yeah,
that.
you see our guys on the freeways. I think it's a good partnership with Caltrans
Yes, sir.
and the city of Fresno, part of Dyer. And as you know, you drive down the freeways, and people not from Fresno, they're on those freeways,
Yeah.
and that sometimes represents a city.
Right.
And I think Dyer recognized that, and he put emphasis on, hey, let's do something about that. So
Yes, sir.
we contracted. Went to RFP, won the bid, and
Right.
You'll see our guys on the freeway, those yellow bags on the freeway.
Wow.
Those are our guys picking up trashes on the shoulders, and Monday through Friday, you'll see the bags, and then Caltrans comes and pick them up.
Yes, sir.
So that's another part of the Beautify.
Right.
And I think it's a great initiative, and it's great what it's
Corey,
doing.
I mean, Corey, you started out, you know, as a child with ideas on how to, you know, contribute to the quality of life, where people could continue to do the things they're passionate about without being hindered with daily chores, right?
Yeah.
And you know, I'm just amazed because as I'm listening to you, you know, man, and with help of those that believed in you, I mean, you started out with, you know, the cleaning up trash can.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, did you ever during this process, during that initial thought and said, man, I'm gonna go with this, was it ever a thought in your mind at that moment that you would be where you at today?
No, not at all. Right. And it's crazy. I used to love that. I think it was 2005.
Okay.
Steve Jobs' commencement speech to Stanford.
Okay.
Right. And it's like you can't connect the dots looking forward. Right. You can kind of look back and see what you've done, and then you go, oh, that happened because of that, and you connect the dots.
Yes, sir.
So you dream for being able to just. I always wanted to have my own because I wanted to give jobs and give some opportunity. So we got knucklehead friends and cousins.
Oh, of course.
Just need an opportunity to make
a chance,
a chance and a dignified dollar.
Yes, sir.
Right, but they might not pass the interview process. You might got to give them, coach them along the way. And I feel like that was kind of my calling. But in order to do that, you can't help the poor by being poor. You can't help the weak by being weak. So in order to do that, I had to make it if I really wanted to do that. Yeah, I had to be successful if I want to create jobs. I want to give people jobs, and I want to mentor through life.
Yes, sir.
Right, mentor them through. This is how it's done. This is how I can help you because someone helped me.
Right.
And what I found in this journey is I get a lot out of giving.
Yes, sir.
Right, and not necessarily a dollar, just giving an ear. Right, giving some advice.
Right,
giving help. I sit on multiple boards, right?
Yes,
Giving back to the community. And I don't know directly how it pans out, but I believe it all circles back to the success that I've been having is from my willingness to give back to the people,
right,
and breathe life into an idea, a person, a project, a board. So that's very important. And I didn't really, when I set out to do this, I wasn't thinking like that. I was just living life, doing what I do, doing what comes natural, doing what I enjoy. Someone asks for something, hey, if I can help, I'm here to help.
Right.
And in return, I think when I look back, I think that's probably one of the contributing factors of how we're successul or where we're at now.
I'm actually happy that, you touched on that because you actually led into my next question. A lot of people tend not to understand the sacrifices in which a person had to make to get to where they're at. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, once you get to where you at, then, there's stones thrown for being where you at.
Yeah.
And, my question is, if you could touch on, a lot of the things that you currently are doing in the community in a form of giving back, because, a lot of times people such as yourself, those that are trendsetters, those that are, community activists that are actually out there taking time away from business, family,
Yeah.
to advocate for those that don't have a voice. Man, Corey, if you could touch on a lot of the things you currently do that's giving back. I know you do a lot, with the chamber, and
I sit
so
on.
forth.
Yeah, definitely. I think if I can give advice to young entrepreneurs or young business people or anyone, if I
Right.
can give somebody, young students or even adults older than me,
So I need some advice.
yeah, no, I mean, I've found me personally, the more you give and you're susceptible
Right.
to giving, you can receive
Yes, sir.
a lot more. I hate to like I'm in the background. I fly under the radar,
Right,
right?
right.
I don't want the recognition.
Yes,
I don't-
sir.
It's weird to me. It's awkward, right?
Right.
So, but I just I'm the do work leader, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm not the rah, 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 rah. I'm just, hey, what we need to do? All right, I'm going to do my part. Let's do it. So I think it's important. I sit on the Fresno Metro Black Chamber of Commerce
Okay.
board. I sit on this Fresno Chamber board.
Yes, sir.
I sit on the Boys and Girls Club.
Oh, wow.
Board.
Wow.
Board. I sit on Storyland Playland.
Yes, sir.
Board.
These are boards that you get no stipend or nothing. You give me your time.
These aren't these
Right.
aren't paid, but it's an opportunity for me to give back in a broader way.
Yes, sir.
My reach is further with
Yes,
these
sir.
great organizations because they already have the great reputation.
Right.
I can give my input. I can raise some monies. I can bring awareness to it.
Yes, sir.
My reputation
100%.
leads into that, so that's part of it. And even with as far as our hiring practices, right?
Yes,
Formerly
sir.
incarcerated or youth, we got this.
Oh, wow.
We got this program. I forget the name of it, Bobby. City Fresno Chamber
Okay.
brought it in the youth program.
Okay.
And we take some high school students that they're at, I forget the name of the
So
school.
you do an internship,
Or we mentor them, and
Okay.
Bobby, the president of my company,
Yes,
goes
sir.
out and speaks to them on I think Tuesdays and Fridays, and they
Wow.
at the end they pitch. It's an entrepreneurial thing, and at the
Okay.
end they pitch an idea, a business. And one
Yes, sir.
this year, I think one was a barber.
Okay.
And these are high school students.
Yeah.
and it's just
With dreams.
with dreams and aspirations where we were, and they
Yes,
needed
sir.
somebody like us to kind of guide them along the way. And I think it's making a lot of money. I tell anyone, if you can learn if you're a kid now, learn how to cut hair.
Oh man.
I mean, that's the biggest.
It's art.
I wish I knew how to cut hair. I'm
Right.
going to make my kid learn how to cut hair.
Yes, sir.
Quick.
Right.
From high school, he can make his own money.
That's
that
true.
was a lemonade stand back then. Now, if you cut hair, now it's $50 a haircut, I think, nowadays.
Easy.
As you can see.
Right. With no wash.
I couldn't tell you. Yeah, I didn't think about that. But the being in the community and giving back to the community, it becomes just a passion, right?
Right.
So you
Right.
help. I feel we are obligated to help when we can help. If
100%.
we're available to do it, do it.
Right.
And I try to live by that.
100%.
Yeah, I think at one point I sat on 9 boards, and it wasn't just
Whoa.
seat filler boards, right? I'm
Correct.
really active in each board and
Yeah.
and doing
Appointed.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are appointed.
And
Man.
I think it's important, and I enjoy doing it.
Right. I'm gonna ask, man, if you could share a story because I know you've done it several times. For those that may not know Mr. Jackson, man, if you could share a story that means so much to you, where you was able to meet someone and you just gravitated to, you saw yourself in them and you mentored them and you invested in them both in time and financial and you look back and say, wow. I remember he was where I'm at, and look at that person now.
Yeah, I mean, I got plenty of them, right?
Right.
And then there's I just enjoy seeing people win,
Yeah.
right? And there's some people out there that helped along the way, whether just like I was helping, come work out of
Yes.
my office. I don't care about rent. I'm making it my own.
Right.
Get strong enough to fend for yourself.
Yes, sir.
Stay here as long as you need. And watching that company and
Yes,
that
sir.
person and those take off. I won't mention any names, but that's what that feeling is. You can't. It's like you watching your kid grow off to
Exactly.
college or however. But you watching them, they're on their own. They're sustaining. They're growing.
Yes.
They have employees now. That's good. And one of the big things I used to, when I was, I tell people this was they think, oh, it's a dream. You own your own company, blah, blah. It's really a nightmare. And
Oh, it's work.
yeah, people
It's
tell
work.
you all the good stuff.
And every day is not pleasant.
Like I jump to the good parts and stuff, but the
Yeah.
real nightmares is
Right.
when you don't have no money to put gas in the trucks. You're getting payday loans. You're getting
true.
evicted out of your house because you
Right.
got a passion and you got kids. You got your wife.
Right.
She's like, what the hell you doing?
Right.
You living off her paycheck. Luckily, she's carrying
Yeah.
stuff. And
Right.
it's a real nightmare until you get past it and realize, that's the nightmare I'm living in.
Right.
And then you
Right.
eventually gets a little easier. It gets a little easier.
Yes,
but,
sir.
you got to get over. You got to get over those humps.
It's a
And
struggle.
it's a struggle.
Yeah.
So I remember when I was first starting, I think we had got evicted out of a place, and we had moved to. My wife's family had a rental house on the west side,
Yes, sir.
on Eden, right next to Nelson.
Okay.
And Bethune. right there.
93706?
Yeah, 06, yeah. And I was parking the truck in front of the house, and I had a neighbor. Shout out to Rudy. Rudy was kind of like my first employee.
Okay.
Outside of the friends and family
Yes,
members
sir.
that came and worked on the truck here and there that you didn't really pay because you didn't have the money.
Right.
But they understood, and every time you see them, you'll flick them $1 or something because
100%.
they understood the grind, right?
They believed in the
I was
dream.
coaching. I had former players that'll help me,
Yes, sir.
family members, and so I had this neighbor. He was just, hey man, I'm doing it. You want me to cut your grass? He was just a hustler. I said, hey man, I got this big job. Do you want to go with me on the job? And he went with me, and he was standing next to me. He was, had his family. Couldn't really keep a job or
Right.
whatnot. He was getting out of trouble, and then he wanted me that one day. This was back in 2016 or 17.
Okay.
And now he's still with us. Worked
You
his way out.
serious?
Yeah, he's moved. Got a house on the north side, and
Oh,
he's got his
man.
life, and he's
That's
my
a
guy.
success story.
Yeah, shout out to Rudy.
Man,
Rudy
shout out
Taylor,
to Rudy.
Rudolph Taylor.
Stuck
Hey,
with
yes.
it.
Also known as Baby Ticker. Yeah. Back in the day, Nelson Roadrunner, Pinedale.
Yes, sir.
Rudy. I mean, I watched him. I watched him, and he watched me. We came from
Nothing.
the grind,
Right.
We pressure washing, shit getting all over us, and we
Working side by
side, and he's been a blessing. He'll outwork
Wow.
anyone. He's a leader. He's the model. He's the mold at the company.
Yes, sir.
I wish I had 80
Man,
of
that's
those.
amazing. So I take it that you mentor him and feed it into him that that's what he's doing with your staff right now.
Yeah.
Sound like he's a leader, with the company.
Yeah, and
he
if you-
earned that.
Yeah, and if you're doing it right, you create leaders, and
Yeah.
they don't even know they're becoming
That's
leaders.
true.
So you lead by example.
That's true.
That's what I believe, and I think he's came a long way from the company even to his personal life and with his family.
Man, so Corey, I want to ask you, how does this tie into your life as a star football player at Bullard High School? Like all what you went through as it comes to the discipline, the grind, the training. How did that contribute to where you at today?
Well, if everyone know Donnie Arax and Coach Arax,
Yes, sir.
and what he brought to not just the X and O's of the game, but the mentorship and the grit and the toughness. The old school coach was. They don't make them like that anymore.
Right.
If you played Bullard back then, it was tough,
Yeah, it was
hard
tough.
nosed. We don't give up. We're gonna lift every day. We're gonna get stronger.
Right.
And we're gonna just grind our opponents. So that same work ethic that my dad put in me, which is reinforced to a high
Yes,
school
sir.
football coach, to now.
Right.
And like I tell my kids, you never know the roads or the bridges you'll cross later in life, from
Yes, sir.
elementary school to high school to college.
Right.
And the importance of being genuine and being a nice person.
Yes, sir.
Because people you go to school with in high school, you'll sit across from them in board meetings or high up in city offices where you go to meetings with, and you'll need that relationship that you can rely on.
That's
You don't
true.
know how many people I go into try to pitch an account, and I know you from Bullard or however, and
Yes, sir.
and if I was a bully or a bad guy or
Right.
whatever, an asshole, they're less likely to do business with
Yeah.
me, right? So like I tell my kids, always be nice,
Yes.
right? Always do the right thing, and try to connect as many dots as you can,
That's
because you
true.
don't know how that will play out in the future.
That's true.
And coming from the city of Fresno, everyone knows everyone.
Yes,
Eventually you'll see them again at some point in your life.
That's true.
But so that work ethic that was instilled through the high school, the rigorous academic. Look, I wasn't the smartest guy. I think I barely graduated. I'm waiting on the last day saying, am I gonna graduate? And they're like, yeah, you made it. All right, good. Right, but but the work, the grit and the grind, it wasn't gonna be easy. We gotta work, and that's always kind of been in me. So
right.
But it all kind of just kept reinforcing along the way. I think that leads to the day when those speed bumps in the road when you're starting a company and you don't really got money and you don't know how to get by the next thing. That's when it comes back to get you through those moments.
Right.
Like grit and grind. So I think that's attributes to getting over those humps.
I think we all appreciate that. And, man, for laughs and giggles, I got to hit you with this. So, we just need to clear the record, out of you and Trayvon, man, who was the best in carrying the ball?
Well,
I think everyone knows.
Yeah, I think everyone knows I was Trayvon.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna tell you right now.
Right.
Matter of fact, we need to get Coach A-Rax over here and let him settle it for once. But I was.
We look like there's an invite.
Yeah, there you go. Let's get here.
Yes.
Culture.
Yes, sir.
There was Donnie had a great tradition, and there was like we did the Hall of Fames, and we did the player of the decade. So from I think it was 99 to.
Oh man, that's the year I graduated.
Yeah, I think it did from 99 to 2010 or 2009.
Okay.
The best player within the school was that. So I was player of the decade.
Okay.
Trayvon was best offensive player of the decade. And just for the record, we putting it on wax. Trayvon. When I was there, we ran the wing tee, right?
Okay.
And everyone knows football is a wing. It was me and two other running backs. So we shared the ball.
Right.
And everyone knew it's run, run, run. The year I left, Trayvon came in, and I played starting cornerback, starting running back, starting kick return, starting punt return, everything. I was never left the field. Started
all
everything.
Positions.
Trayvon only played running back.
That's it.
He went into a pro set offense. He had Anthony McCoy on his team, tight end.
Oh,
they went through the ball, whatever, so they can rock him to sleep and then hand Trayvon the ball. And Trayvon was good, but and he deep down inside, he couldn't.
So the challenges was different.
Yeah, and then
way different.
Yeah, and he ran a totally different offense. They didn't know which way, they're gonna pass or run.
Right.
Wing T, all we're doing is running. It's either going to him or him or him.
That's true. That's what Bullard was known for back then, wing T.
But for the record, everyone knows.
Okay.
It was me, but we'll let him think.
If we can ever get Trayvon on the camera,
good luck.
Man, he's hard to catch, man.
Yeah, but he was great.
Yes,
Bullard was known for their running backs.
Oh yeah,
right?
true.
And not to be on no Al Bundy, poke high, but I think in the Valley, high school football is, you associate people with what high school you go to. That was year such and such. So
that's true.
That's good. So play sports, kids.
Yeah, no,
right?
100%.
Do something.
100%.
And those relationships leads to business in the future. Believe that.
100%. Man, Corey, is there anything that you would like the viewers to know, and as well as shout outs to those that have contributed to who you are today?
Yeah, man, I try to, because you shout out women, you didn't give me the shout out. So shout out to all those that believed in me. Shout out to the people who within the city that took a chance on a small company to give a shot, that didn't have the work experiences to get awarded some RFPs, to the businesses, to the small guys that give a shot, to trust to provide services.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to my team. Shout out to the family. And shout out to the future businesses,
100%.
entrepreneurs in Fresno. And I didn't get into it, the difference from entrepreneurship and then a businessman actually running the business.
Yeah.
So
two different things
that a lot of people don't realize. Right. So still got to keep the doors open once they're open.
That's right.
That's the business side.
Right.
But shout out to all the dreamers and the entrepreneurs and remember, sometimes it's a nightmare before it's a dream.
Yeah, no doubt. But stay at it.
Those are the ones that make it.
Man, well, man, Corey, we appreciate you. And man, we thank you for the time in which you have given. And, man, I totally agree with you and concord. Man, definitely shout out to, all those in which you have named because, we all need you.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
all
We
need each other,
appreciate
man.
you.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And I just want to do a shout out to you because I didn't know that, you were giving opportunities to those that, many people frowned upon. And so that's real huge of you,
Yeah.
to take on that risk and to create such, beautiful company that you have developed that's going around and doing a great job. But, we're going to touch back, on that jewel,
Man, I'm
and
telling you,
have a
talk about it.
conversation
Yeah.
about that because,
Yeah.
I think there's some statistics that you could piggyback off on.
Hey, well, as soon as I leave here, I'm gonna go put something like that together.
I believe
Talk
you.
to whoever the powers to be,
Right.
to get that emotion.
Right.
Because
Right.
why not?
Yeah, that's true. Man, just know, man, this man don't sleep.
Yeah, hey, got that right.
He
Got
just
that.
ain't-
And thanks for having me, and thanks for the love. And thanks-
100%.
Thank you for finding interest in me.
Oh,
I'm
man.
just glad I could.
Well, it's mutual. Because, it took 6 months to
Yeah,
get
yeah,
you
yeah.
here.
I didn't realize it was what it was.
Yes,
I
sir.
said, oh yeah. I got to get to you. You fell in your slide, but I'm glad I got here, and
I
I'm
thank you.
proud of you, man. I like
appreciate
what you're doing,
you.
and it's for the culture.
Yes, sir.
And
And what you're doing is a contribution to the culture.
I like to think
Quality
so.
of life.
I like to
You
think
contribute
so.
to the quality of life. Well, man, that ends our conversation with the one and only Corey Jackson, and look forward to coming back on for the Culture Podcast.